blended interest rate and why it's important to you. So, what is a blended interest rate? Your blended interest rate is all of your debts with the rates and weighting the overall balances to tell you what your effective interest rate on all your debt is. And why is that important? Well, for the past few years, we've had a huge refinance boom in mortgages where a multitude of people went from 2.5% to 3% down into their rates. And now we're in a much higher interest rate environment, and people don't want to change their mortgage because of that. But we also have suffered through some different sections of the economy are not really doing that well. And so there's plenty of people that are doing well. There's people that aren't. And you're now in a situation where you're borrowing money on credit cards. You've got a high interest rate car loan. You might have a number of other debts that are non-tax advantage, like your mortgage, that are hurting your cash flow, hurting your ability to long-term plan, hurting your ability to be able to pay yourself first so that you can get to that end goal. So our goal here, we say, oh, we got this 3% rate and we're in a 30-year mortgage and we're 5 years into it, 25 years, we're going to be out of this. But if you get out of that loan in 25 years and you're carrying a bunch of debt and you can't really afford to live because you haven't paid yourself, because you're not saving for retirement, whatever else through that time, you are the perfect person to take a look and say, hey, maybe the 3% rate on my mortgage isn't everything. What is my blended debt ratio? What is my blended interest rate and all this? So going from, if we figured this all out and we said, man, your blended rate is probably around 10% on all these debts, and you can refinance into a 6% mortgage loan and put that all there to get to that point, then that probably makes sense to get out of your 3% and move to a 6%. Is that right for everybody? Who knows? It really is going to be person by person and where you are with things, which is why I would do an assessment if it were me or whoever your mortgage person is. But you're going to want to do that sort of assessment to see where you stand and make sure you're making these decisions. And for everybody out there, it's like, I don't want to add to my mortgage balance. Oh, then I owe more on my mortgage. You owe the money anyway. You owe the money to other people. If you're going to owe the money, why not take the most amount of money and figure out how to create cash flow? So if you can go from a situation where you have $5,000 in outlay every month and you get it down to $3,000, now you have $2,000 extra. What could you do with that money? You could start paying yourself first. You could start, you can build up your emergency savings, your liquid savings. You can pay for retirement. You can have more money to live. If you consume that money on goods and services, you're going to be back in the same boat. Then it didn't make sense. But if you're going to take that money and now create more with it, you're going to get to a point where that money is going to grow faster than that other debt's coming down, and you'll be in a situation where you're at a net balance sheet. So even though you added money to that mortgage, you at some point are going to have 200 here and 200 here and be good to go. You're essentially debt free because you have enough money to pay that off. So if you would like to know more about strategies around this and an assessment of exactly where you are, so we can make sure that you're using all of your assets in a way that helps you move your financial needle forward, helps you build toward those long-term goals, short-term goals with your family, then please, let us know. And I'm happy to talk to anybody about it and get you more information and any other topics that you might want to know about around mortgages and refinances and debt consolidations and financial mindset. Please let us know. I'm always happy if you drop in the comments what you're looking to know. We're happy to expand on it. Have a good day.